Well, hello there, all my sexy friends. How are all of you today? I decided to come on for a quick color and chat because I saw that there was a really fun looking color for pickle. I think it's called glitter for pickle. So I got out my arsenal of glitter and my cute Molly Harrison print that I have on PDF, and I am going to glitter it up for our sweet pickle. I have the Uniball, Signo, gold and silver. Those are the absolute best. I have Wink of Stella. I have this Glimmer Mist. I got this today, just today. It's some sparkly washi tape that we know how bad I don't do, or how bad I do with washi tape, but I'm gonna try it. And then I probably won't use this because I'm not using any pencils, but you know, I have my glittery brush and I have my glittery Norwal. Isn't he so cute? I don't know if you can see, hold on a second. I don't know if you can see his glitter on him, and it came that way. I probably should add some more glitter because he's really cute, but he has the sweetest face. My grandson decided to pull his little horn off. I couldn't blame him. He's only a little guy, but I super glued it back on and I don't think you can tell. Oh, his tail too is a little bit torn, but he's a squishy and he's just my friend and sits right here. I know that's silly, but sometimes we just have so much fun. I also have another friend that sits here. I have my little skeleton. I don't think, oh, there he goes. He's gonna, I don't think he'll dance where you can see him. Can you guys see him? Is he even in the camera? He's adorable. He has the sweetest face and I just love him. And he's my little dancer sitting over here in the corner. You might hear him shaking his booty. Let me put him back. He was a little dusty, wasn't he? Bad mama. Okay. And then my grandson. These are just some silly things that I put. I dropped some eye drops. This is the sweetest thing ever. When my grandson was here, he found this little bear. Oh, it's stuck in there. Hold on, there we go. He found this little tiny bear when he was out walking around somewhere. I mean, it's the tiniest, cutest. Do I even have it on camera? There we go. Tiniest, cutest little bear. And he picked it up and told his mom, I need to give that to my grandma. He's 7 and he's precious. And then he got one of the rings, let me see, from, you know, those machines that the little plastic container comes out. You put a quarter in and out pops a little. And he said, Grandma, this ring is for you so you won't forget me. How precious is that? So I put him over here watching me, and he holds the ring because Grandma has fat fingers and can't wear this ring. But I keep him sitting over here to remind me of my beautiful grandson, who I absolutely could never forget in a bazillion, gazillion years. Okay, that's all. That's my, I have some other things that are special to me, and it's kind of nice to surround myself with things that remind me of people and you know, just comfort me in a way. And not that I'm sad or anything, but it just feels like people that may be not here, some have passed, some live far away, and it's nice to know that, you know, I can have little trinkets around that really remind me of people. So I love it. I'm a mushy, sentimental person, and I wouldn't be any other way. Okay, so what do I have here? I have my bag of stickles and Crayola glue. I got this adorable bag adorable from, gosh, I wish I could remember where it was from, but I got it for like 75 cents. And it is the cutest. I love that it's kind of a rectangle, flat bottom, sparkly bag. So it was perfect for my glitter. And you know, I have to dig through it, but that's okay. It's clear, so you can kind of see where things are. And I have lots of glitter from Stickles, and I also have Crayola. I think they work kind of the same. Stickles are definitely more sparkly, but the Crayolas have their place, and they're very inexpensive. And then I also have some of the Michaels brand, I think it's called. Can't remember, but they're in there somewhere. I usually have the clear glittery ones. These are the ones I use the most. The crystal, the diamond, the snowflake, I think. You know, I use these the most. So and gold and silver. And so I have bigger ones that are the, oh, I think there's one. This is one right here. It's the Studio, and I got them for like $1. And they work pretty good. They remind me a lot of the Stickles. Stickles are hard for me only because I'm a D and I will put them on and then inevitably forget that I put them on, and then I will proceed to stick my elbow in it or my hand, or I'll set something on top of it. I'm learning that if I put Stickles, to immediately take it away and put it aside so that I don't do that. Not only do I glitterify myself, which is no problem, you know, I don't mind being glittery, but it messes up my page, and then that makes me sad. If anyone's noticing my Band-Aid, I have a condition called de Quervain's tendonitis, and I have pretty bad arthritis in my thumb. As you all know, I don't use my right hand very well. It doesn't have any dexterity. I can't, I can't do a lot with it. So my left hand has to do everything, and sometimes it gets really angry about having to do that. First off, it says, I'm not your dominant hand. Why are you making me do that? And then it gets mad because it has all the chores. And this hand kind of gets to be the lazy big sister, I guess. But it is what it is, and I got a shot of steroid in here, and hopefully, and it's already feeling pretty good, hopefully that will help, because it's a very, very painful spot to have a problem, because you use your thumbs so much. And I'm very thankful that I have insurance and that I can go and get this done, and I waited way too long to get it done. Okay, so I showed you the Signo Gold and Silver. That's part of my arsenal here of glitter. I can put this away. I have this, I told you the Glimmer Mist. I actually had seen a tip to put, and I cannot remember who told me, but it was definitely not my idea, to add this, to shake it up and add it to your Wink of Stella. If you can take it apart like you do a water pen. And I actually have tried that, and it works. So I really love the effect though when you spray it. It really gives the page something special. So I really like that. So I have that out. I showed you the washi tape. And then I have my gel pens from Color It. Here we go, from Color It. And these are the best gel pens I've ever tried. And I've tried a couple of different brands, and they run out really quickly, and they, they clog up. and they're not smooth, and I don't find that problem with Color It. They were a little more expensive, but they came filled, and then they came with a refill, so you don't have to replace the pen, which I really like, because as I told you before, I try to be as environmentally conscious as I can. You know, I know if we all do a little part, it's better than nothing. So I try to reuse, reduce, and recycle as much as I can. So I really love that you can replace the ink, and it comes with a replacement, and then the replacements are only $9.99 for 48 of them. I don't have all the colors in here. I have both cases, and of course I have to separate them the way I like them separated, and so not all of the glitter pens are in here. I have a few in the other case, but anyway, these are great, and they come in this beautiful case, and the other case, I'll grab that for you. The other case is by color. It's the exact same size, but it's not sparkly. It's not the exact same color. Let me see how this is on camera. You know, I'm trying to get better about where I position things, and because I was really disappointed in myself for the last video, and I really apologize for that, and I also apologize for the noise. I had a talk with my son and let him know that we live in just a one-bedroom apartment, and has very high ceilings. I think we have 11-foot ceilings, so the sound really carries, and even though he was in his room with the closed door, the sound just traveled, and he felt pretty bad that he had done that, and I didn't want to redo the video because I get jumbled, and I had already done some things, and you know, it is what it is, and I think it was an okay video, but it definitely wasn't exactly what I wanted. Okay, so here's the remainder, and they have the neons, they have pastels, they have the metallic set. This is metallic, and then here's some more glitter, and they don't have many of those just regular color gel pens. When I would get a pack of 150 gel pens, I generally only used the metallic, the glitter, and the neon. So to me, having gel pens that are just the gel color, you know, just a regular color, really wasn't necessary. So I thought it was kind of nice the way that they sorted these out and gave them to you. They have really great pens. They are tight, but they're not too tight that I can't get them off. Not only do they fit on the bottom, but they click. Did you hear that? So I like that. They have color names and they have a color number. So that is another feature that you don't always get on gel pens. So I really like that. It's a nice size. It has the grip here. They're easy to replace. You just unscrew it here and pop in the new I hope I'm on camera, pop in the new ink. So it's really awesome. And I don't use these a lot because I'm really into my pencils right now, but they're beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. I bought a set for my sister, and we were really having fun with them a few months ago, but we really haven't used them, or I haven't used them much since then. So, okay. So again, and they come apart, you know, the cap comes off well, and the colors, you know, they match pretty good. You can see the color of ink here and the color of the pen itself. And I like they're clear. You can see the ink, and so they're, you know, they're really nice, well thought out pens. And I know I did have one that that wasn't working properly, and I actually was on my way to New Zealand, and I was taking them with me, and one of them it was the one I tried and it wasn't working. I had just purchased a second set. I gave my sister the old set because I was at her house and I had the set, and so I left it for her and then ordered another set to be delivered. And and I contacted them right away, and lo and behold, they are about 25 miles away from me in a few cities over, a few towns over. I live in downtown San Diego, and another town located in the county of San Diego is Escondido, and that's where it's located. So that was pretty cool. And they right away sent me the proper pen, and it worked beautifully. And then if you sign up with them, you can get free coloring pages. I do have a couple of Color It's books. I actually have 3 of them, and they're brilliant. They're top spiral, which is great for a left-hander. People don't generally realize that if you're using a spiral notebook when you're left-handed, you tend to rest it on there, and it starts to ache because of the metal spiral. I want to show you something really quick. I do my spiral notebooks backwards. I did swatch all of my colors that I separate, all of my pencils that I separate by color in this swatch book. So I went through, so I know, what oranges I have, and it's all the different ones and all the reds. So I do my notebooks backwards, and it works perfect for me because then I'm not resting my hand on the spiral and hurting it. I already have enough pain in my hand. I don't need to add to it. And I don't know if other colorists do that are lefties, because, or people in general, because I'm not a native lefty. I had to acquire it because my right hand was unusable, and I was a right-handed dominant. So I don't know how other lefties do it, but this was a solution for me. So all of my notebooks are backwards like this. So I think it's pretty funny. I think I have another little one here. I write down all of the hashtags for the month, and again, I just use it backwards, kind of like how they use it in Japan. And this was for May, and then here's the June, and I think it goes to another page. I don't usually use the back page because then when I have it this way, again, my hand rests, and it gets me confused because I am a dominant right-handed person. I want to go this way, and then I get mumble jumbled, and it's like ridiculous. So I just write on it. I did on this one, and then I rewrote it because I forgot, and I rewrote it here. So yeah, that's how I keep my my spiral notebooks. I keep them backwards. I think it's hysterical. Only these are the only ones, my regular binders with my page protectors and things in there, my PDFs and stuff. Of course, those are all from left to right because that's not a problem. It's strictly the spiral, and I very well could have turned it this way to write them as well. I just chose to do them backwards. But that's why I like the Color It books. If you're going to get a spiral bound, a top spiral bound is perfect for everyone because it folds over flat, but then the spiral isn't in your way if you're left-handed. So I like them. Okay, let me put this back. And you know me, I always change the subject, don't I? Okay. I don't even know how we got on that topic. And I am lost. I don't know why I began showing you. Oh, probably I was talking about the pain in my hand, but it's fine. It's feeling great. It is swollen. If you look, it's always swollen and always pretty painful. But you know, it is what it is. And I walked with a walker for several years after the stroke because my foot would, I had no control and my foot would turn in and I was falling. I think I mentioned that before. And so walking with a walker, I think put added pressure on my hand as well. It put added pressure on my foot, and I developed a neuroma in my foot. And I really think it's from the way that I walk, and using a walker changed, you know, my body doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and stress is put on different points of my body than it used to. And I'm telling you, my body is pissed. My left side of my body is angry because it has to do too much. And so it screams at me quite often. Anyway, I'm gonna get off that subject, but my thumb is good, and that's what the Band-Aid is for. So I'm not gonna really use this one, I don't think. I think I'm gonna use the silver and gold from, oh, but I have the purples and pinks in here. So I'll keep this one out and decide what I'm gonna do on here. I think I'm gonna start with the gold Signo though. These are fantastic if you don't have these. Let me stand up and make sure this is on camera. Okay, I got it. Sorry guys, it's really, I'm gonna put some tape around but you know, the camera changes and I don't leave it up all the time, or it's not a camera, it's my phone, and I don't leave it up all the time, and then I move the mount arm out of the way, so it really doesn't stay in the exact same spot every time. So I just have to keep checking it, be diligent with that. Anyway, so what are all you sexy people up to? I had a relaxing, interesting weekend. My kid's dad, my youngest two, the 23 and 22-year-old, 23 and 21-year-old, their dad, we're married. We're still married, but we don't live together. We haven't lived together now for going on 4 years. And, but we're still, you know, friends, and my son still lives with me, so he just rents a room. It's his choice to do that. So it's nice for him to come and hang out with us, and we're watching the Game of Thrones series, and I have actually already power watched it. I watched all 8 seasons, and I really thought he would like it, so I introduced him to it, and he's loving it. And so he's actually been coming out the last, I think he's come out the last 3 weekends, maybe 3 times out of the last 4. And of course he was here when our daughter was here with the grandkids. He's a great man, he really is. And I'm not gonna air all his dirty laundry on here, but we just can't live together. And I will always love him. I will always care about him. I don't know that we'll ever live together and grow old together, but I will always, in some way, take care of him. And I have no problem with that. Anyway. But we just hung out. He always brings some food. Oh, he brings Mexican bread that is so delicious, and I just have no willpower when that stuff's around. But he finds the best. He's born in Mexico, and he finds the absolute best Mexican bread, Mexican food. You know, because he only rents a room, he does eat out frequently, so he knows all the joints. And he has lived in San Diego his entire life. The only time he ever has lived, other than Mexico, has lived outside of San Diego, is when we bought a house, or I bought a house, and this was before we were married, and we lived in Temecula, which is Riverside County, which is just one county over. But he's an American citizen. He has a big family. I'm very close to his family. He's a good guy. He just, he's just him. He's Raul, and we accept him for who he is, and that's that. Anyway, so we hung out, had some good food, watched TV. We have the dogs, and of course, you know, they've been around so long that he loves them as well, and you know, we all got them together. And we didn't live together when the kids were growing up. I chose to do that on my own. It was just a better way. But of course, we didn't live together, but he was always there. He always was there for his kids. He would come and stay with us, or the kids would go with him. We still had a great relationship as long as we weren't living together. So, you know, everyone is different. Everyone handles their life in a different way, and this is what worked for me and my kids, and everybody was happy. My kids have become wonderful, productive adults, secure, competent adults, and that was all that mattered. And however our household looked, it didn't affect anyone else, and it was good for us. And that's the way I think it should be. We should all just be accepting of everybody's different, and everybody has their own way of doing things. Anyway, I can't remember what I was saying. But he's a good guy. And he loves those grandbabies. Right now there's just the 2 grandsons, and he has not ever flown an airplane. And I don't know if I'm going to get him to go to New Zealand. He's also a workaholic. And he pretty much just works to work. He doesn't, everything he makes, he puts right back into the business. Not that he's a pauper or anything. He just, I mean, he works to sustain himself in a modest way, and then being able to continue to work, keep his equipment up, and he's a landscaper. Keep his equipment up, keep his, you know, he has a huge customer. He has some customers he's had for over 30 years, and so he's loyal, and he has some loyal followers as well, or customers, I should say, not followers. I'm thinking of YouTube. Anyway, and so he's a one-man operation. He likes it that way. That's another aspect of his character, that he really does need and want to work alone, and that works for him. And I've helped him with the business, and he still wants to do things his way a lot. He definitely counts on me for certain things, and for guidance or for support, and I will always be there for that. Like I said, he's a great man, but I always say he's not the best businessman. You know, he doesn't charge enough to keep himself above, you know, anywhere. He just stays at the line. He just gets by. He doesn't make a profit. And, you know, and I think more power to him. He likes what he does. He can't stand it if he's off of it for any time at all, even a couple of days. He took yesterday off. So he got here Sunday, and Sundays are, after working 6 days as a landscaper, working his tail off. I mean, working from sunup to sundown, working his butt off. On Sundays, now he's 56, he'll be 57 this year. He goes on like a power bike ride, like on his mountain bike. He'll go all over the place, he used to ride up the mountain of Arrowhead Mountain, up to Arrowhead Lake. He's insane. But anyway, he does like a 20 or 30 mile bike ride, And then he goes and does his laundry, which I've kept telling him he can come here and do laundry, but he doesn't take me up on it. He does his laundry, and then lately he's been calling us and coming and hanging out. So it's awesome. And then he came Sunday, but he ended up staying until this morning. So that was a nice treat. And, you know, him and his son, you know, we just, you know, hang out just like a family. We're just, you know, hanging out. We usually call the grandkids and get them on FaceTime and see what they're doing. And the little guy is walking now, so it's really fun to get on FaceTime and watch him walk around the house over there in New Zealand. And, you know, we're a unique family, but then we're not unique because everybody is unique. Nobody does it the same way. And this is what works for us. It's worked for 25 years, and I don't see it going anywhere else. It's going to stay this way. We may, once my son moves out and he has decided to finally stop working. It's not conducive for him to live here while he works. There's nowhere to keep his equipment and his truck. And I live in downtown in a high-rise with an underground parking, but we only get one parking spot. So it just wouldn't work out. And once we get to that bridge, we'll see what happens from there. He is hard to live with. Unfortunately, he has some vices that are not conducive to a healthy relationship, and that's why I have to keep it at a I don't want to say at an arm's length. I don't keep him far away. I just have to, for myself, I have to keep it. I have to be more in control of where it goes. And I don't want that to sound bad, because I'm not trying to control him. I just am trying to make sure I'm protected and the kids are protected. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't think he'll ever stop working personally. His daughter keeps telling him, or our daughter keeps telling him to go to New Zealand and just stay there and, you know, do landscape there. But he's too independent and he's too needing of his time and his say, that he does what he wants to do and when he wants to do it, and he doesn't like to be confined in any way. And you know, I think that's great. He does not want to feel like a caged bird. That's why he never worked a 9-to-5. That's why he's never really worked for another company, or at least not for a very, very, very long time. He's owned his own business. I think he's owned his own business since, well, we've been together 25 years, so he's probably owned his own business. Oh no, we've been together almost, 25 years. So we've been together over 25 years, so he has owned the business for probably 23 years. So, and he bought it from who he worked for, so those customers came with him. So that's why he's had those customers for so long. Anyway, so this is for our lovely Pickle. I saw the poster that they posted on Instagram to say color for Pickle, and I'm not really sure. I know that she had someone had said something bad to her about her nephew or her niece that was coloring in the HK5 project, or 5HK. And but I don't think this has to do with it. I think it's just everybody loves Pickle and they want to sparkle for her. And she is a very sparkly person in the coloring community, always so pleasant and so sweet. I call her a sweet Pickle, and she's awesome. I mean, wherever she goes, she brightens up chat. She is so supportive. She mods for some people. I've never seen her say an unkind word at all, and she is definitely probably the most famous person in our community, and that's pretty cool. So I'm happy to say that I consider her my friend, and it makes me feel good when she says hi to me, because she is so prominent, and sometimes you can feel so small in the community compared to all of these other people that they just shine so brightly, and she's like a celebrity. She really I don't want to make her feel weird, but Pickle is a celebrity to me, and I just love her. And so I am so happy to color a picture that sparkles and shines just like she does. And oh my gosh, have you seen all of the ones she's posted for the Hannah Carlson project? Oh, I can't remember. Is it HK5 or 5HK? My brain is dead right now, but she is doing amazing work. She always does amazing work. She, Sammy showed that bokeh effect, and Pickle was on it, and she was doing the bokeh effect with markers like beautifully. And then she just got on it with those Hannah Carlson pages, and they're gorgeous. They're so beautiful, and I just love them. So every time she posts something, I think it's just amazing that she sticks to her. She goes out of her comfort zone, but that's on her own personal level. I hope she doesn't get peer pressured into that. But Pickle is her own style, and she sticks to it, and that is amazing and wonderful, and shows that she is a strong, confident person, I hope, and because she sure seems that way to us. And I know that nobody is, unfortunately, in our community, nobody is without some, pain or sadness at times, and that is super sad and super. And that's another reason we have this community, is it is so supportive and so understanding, because a lot of us are in the same situation. We may have come from different backgrounds, different jobs that we used to have, different experiences in our lives, but one thing that melds us together is coloring, and how so many of us utilize that forum, I know I do, to overcome. Sometimes I'm anxious, or sometimes I am in a serious amount of pain, and just getting on and coloring and chatting helps me forget about that for a little while. And I've never had something so powerful, and we know that it's powerful. We know that companies like the Black Widow pencils, that they were developed by a medical company because they saw the benefit of adult coloring, what it does to mental health and for pain and pain management. So like I've said before, coloring in combination with other things, medication, therapy, yoga, acupuncture, those kind of things together, hopefully can relieve some of the problems that we have, and make our days, this much better. And I'll tell you what, watching Pickle's sparkly, rainbow, shiny pages definitely is one of those things that makes me feel better, feel happy, and know that I'm in the right place for that. And I love it. So anyway, as you can see, I've colored all of the stars gold with the Signo gold, and I just think it's so sparkly. I don't know. This is natural light coming in. I'm filming this during the day, but I think you can see that sparkle. I just really love them. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the rest of this. I know that I'm just going to picklefy it. I don't know if that's a word, but I definitely want it pickled. And so I have to find the best way to do that. I want to color this little tiny heart right here red with the Color It this. The only thing is I have a hard time, but that's just because of my dexterity, even in my left hand, because it's so sore. It sometimes hurts, but I got it. And you heard that click. I love that the bottom clicks right on, or the cap clicks right onto the bottom. So let's color this heart. Ooh, so beautiful. And do you see how juicy these are? Juicy, juicy, juicy. Who invented that phrase? Was that Anne? Anne in the Colorful Life. Did she invent the juicy term? Because this pen is juicy. I think that's enough. I don't want it to mess up the paper. Oh, I found some more gold I need to color. Right here's a star. I don't know, I always think of stars as gold and the moon as yellow, as silver, but not always. But if there's, I guess it can be. I have done gold moons too. But when I saw this page, I saw gold stars and a silver moon. But I'm not sure how I'm going to do this scroll effect here. I don't know if I'm going to do color and then just do the background in silver. I probably will do her wings in a transparent. I might use pencil on those. And I'm definitely going to use pencil on, or Copics on her face. I'm trying hard to at least use my Copic skin tones a little more, because I got to quit fearing, as Anne says. Not Anne, Dee Dee says, quit fearing. And it's just paper, and especially now that I have things on PDF, I've been a little more adventurous about trying new things, and I definitely need to work on that. And I bought a couple of refills for the skin tones of my Copics that I have. They were kind of dry, so I think that's another reason I haven't really wanted to use them, that I wasn't really successful, and I found them on a really good sale, so I got those. And you might be able to tell, well, this is from the doctor, but I had ink all over me. I think I got it all off, but I was trying to skin tone my own skin tone. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop with the coloring of the stars. I will picklefy this, and I will be posting it either today or tomorrow for our lovely, lovely sweet pickle. And I hope you all can join us. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, night, morning. And I will see you guys in chat. And stay sexy, everyone. Bye.